Big Boy said that signing you and Janelle Monáe was his biggest accomplishment outside of Outkast.
Man, that makes me incredibly proud.
You heard that before?
Yeah. He said it. Yeah, I was told he said it. That makes me, I just saw Big Boy. We were leaving the hotel. He was coming in. I'm proud of him. I'm proud to have made someone who had that type of confidence in me proud. I think he's an incredible businessman as well.
Yeah. I've interviewed him before. Real cool dude. What's your take on him performing at the Super Bowl?
What should be? I don't have a take.
You don't have a take.
Congratulations.
Certain people have issues, like, for example, with Travis Scott performing and so forth.
I don't have any. I don't have any critique or criticism for any black person that chooses to work during the Super Bowl. I don't critique the players. Not going to critique Gladys Knight, Big Boy, Travis. Not going to critique the ushers. Not going to critique the policemen. Not going to critique the mayor, the workers in the coach. Mm-hmm. The Super Bowl is going to bring an incredible amount of money to my city. That money is going to be made by a black labor force and other just black and working class labor force. That money is then going to turn. Unlike a lot of other cities, black people own the land and the restaurants and stuff around our dome. So money will come, and that is a better help to my community right now than a boycott or a protest. So I don't have any critique or criticisms for any black person. But with that said, I'm not going to play the Super Bowl. So I'm going to, play. We're going to open for the Foo Fighters the day before. I'm going to smoke a joint and watch or not watch at home.
Okay. I mean, how do you feel about the whole Kaepernick thing?
I support Colin Kaepernick's protest. I support the motive for what he did. I support the actions of what he did. I'll support him to the very end. And for him, because of him, I haven't watched much football in the past couple of years. The football that I've watched has been because family was at my house and my aunt's a huge Dallas fan. My other aunt liked Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying? But I've not watched football actively, and I'm probably not. I'm at that point of my development now where, the circus of Rome and the arena to distract us from what's really going on is just not as important as to me as just doing quiet shit like spending time with my family, kicking it, and just that. I don't, all of the groupthink shit, whether it's everybody putting on the same jersey and yelling at each other, or everybody wearing the same political party T-shirt and yelling at each other. I'm just kind of over that shit.
Well, you actually have a barbershop in the Atlanta Hawks arena.
I do, and I cheer Hawks.
Is the Super Bowl going to be at the Atlanta Hawks arena?
Next door.
Next door.
State Farm Arena is next door to the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
Yeah, I don't go to Atlanta much, so there you go. You were big in terms of endorsing Bernie Sanders.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you actually are endorsing him again for 2020.
I don't know if he's running.
Okay,
but if he ran, I would like to see Bernie Sanders be president of the United States of America.
Okay. These elections after the first term are kind of interesting because historically presidents have won twice terms.
Yeah, that's what
in my lifetime,
only Bush.
Been Jimmy Carter
and Bush,
George H.W. Bush.
Yeah.
You could say Gerald Ford, but he didn't really win as president.
I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, I think I may have been. So I feel like the top people are not going to, from the Democratic side, are not going to run this time around. You see what I'm saying? I think like the very, very...
Who are the top people?
I don't know.
Because Kamala Harris just announced.
She just announced. I personally feel The Rock is going to run.
The Rock?
Dwayne.
Like Dwayne Johnson?
Dwayne Johnson.
Okay.
I think he's going to run, and I think he could win.
He's a Democrat?
I think so.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think so.
You think he can beat Trump? You know what, though?
I think he can
that makes sense in the capacity of... Part of the reason I think Trump is president is because of his participation in WWE, because of his participation in reality TV, and because of his participation in things like casino and gaming. Once you got the other regular guy out of the race, because Bernie was viewed as a regular guy, once you got that out, it appeared to be a regular guy I knew versus someone who represented the political class. And I think that's a big part of the reason he was able to get in. So I could see, I don't know if I see The Rock winning, but I could understand the rationale of you saying that. Because then it becomes a WWE event and people actually care about voting.
I'll take it one step further. I could see The Rock on the Democratic side running against Kim Kardashian on the Republican side.
You think Kim Kardashian was on the Republican side?
Would not be surprised.
That's interesting.
All these little moves, in terms of prison reform and so forth, that's not an accident. That's not just she was bored one day and wanted to do it. I think it's a long-term plan.
Okay. Well, Kanye talked about running, so makes sense.
Kanye, I don't think would win. I think Kanye's too mentally unstable for anyone to actually vote for him.
Yeah, he could probably just be governor.
He could be first man, I guess. What do you think about Kanye's stance in terms of wearing the MAGA hat?
I don't.
Just don't care at all.
Path to freedom. I'll see you when we get there. I don't.
I mean, he did mention something about how 90% of black people are Democrats.
94% of black
94%.
women vote Democrat. I think 94 to 96% of black women vote Democrat.
Mhm.
I think 90 to 92% of black men vote Democrat.
Okay. And why do you think that is?
Because the deal was made between Democrats and black people about 60, 70 years ago, in which black people went to the Democratic Party and essentially saved that party. The Dixiecrats kind of ran out of the party and became the new Republican wave. And, you know, we have what we have now in this unfair marriage where black people are ignored and kind of shut out until it's time to get someone elected. And then they're wooed, and they mostly target black women. And then they kind of move on and treat you like a side chick for the next 2 to 4 years. And then they come back and need you again 2 to 4 years later, while actually never delivering anything of substance to your community.
Well, you've said, hold on, let me make sure I get this quote right. You said that black voters should demand something in exchange for their vote.
You have to. Yeah, that's why you vote. Politics is about the allocation of resources amongst different interests of people among the greater population, and you know, essentially how we get along internationally with other countries. That's what politicians' main job is to do: the allocation of resources. You know what I'm saying, and to make sure that we're getting along with other providences. You know, so that you don't have all-out war all the time. Black people have not. We elect people we like. We elect activists. We elect ministers. I don't know how the fuck we do that. White people elect business people and attorneys. You're not going to win political warfare in matters of law and politics.
It's a good point. When was the last white activist that won a major political position? I can't think of any. I literally cannot think of any. I can think of some black ones.
Yeah, and we celebrate that, but you jumping into a pool full of sharks, you know, with a good conscience and a want to do, but you have to understand the political process and what it means. Politics is about, well, what do you have for me? You know, how is it going to help my community? How's it going to help me as an individual? How's it going to help my community? And toward allocation of resources. And if you can't give me anything, I can't give you anything. It's nothing personal. You know, we could ally on something else, but we're not allied on this because you don't have my best interest in it.
Would you ever consider running for public office?
If I woke up with, once my bank account says $21 million, yeah, I'm down.
So it's a money thing.
I give it, yeah, it's absolutely a money thing.
When you no longer have to hustle and keep building the wealth that you want to build.
Yeah, absolutely. Part of being a politician is the acquisition of money for the party to run, you know, to run your campaign and other campaigns and to make sure the party is strong.
Right, but you don't have to pay for your own campaign most of the time.
No, you don't have to, but you don't want to be bribable. You don't want to be influenceable. And I'm not saying only rich people should hold office. I'm saying for me, I'm above influence at 21 million. You know, 20 million, I might still be influenced, you know.